Okay, so I just got done delivering tables and chairs for a big party at a ranch way out in the country. And I've got a little bit of time before I get back to my house, or to my shop. So I thought I would do a video about what type of party rental company are you going to run. There's basically two types. There's variations, and they do mix, but when you're first starting out, you need to decide what your focus is. Are you going to be backyard birthday parties, or are you going to be more weddings, quinceaneras, baby showers, that kind of thing? And again, there will be some crossover. The reason you need to decide is this. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you know that I started out with a mobile 80s arcade bus. And I started out doing birthday parties because that's what the bus lent itself to. And I tried to do a little bit of weddings and that kind of stuff, but I really wasn't getting a lot. And I realized that my advertising was aimed at the backyard birthday parties, and so people didn't really think of me as a wedding company. And even when I got to where I had enough tables and chairs that I could provide for a wedding, I would occasionally get them, but not that much. And so I had to make a choice. I had to decide, did I want to go more towards weddings, or did I want to go more towards backyard birthday parties? And the only way for me to really grow going towards backyard birthday parties was more to get into things like bounce houses and water slides and that kind of stuff. And I really didn't want to do that. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of money to be made doing that kind of thing. There's some really good money to be made doing that sort of thing. But you got to decide. Are you going to do that, or are you going to do more towards weddings? You can do both, but it's very hard to do marketing for both and to grow both at the same time. You're going to grow a lot faster, and you're going to be able to serve your customers better and do your marketing easier if you start out as heading towards one or the other. So I had to make a decision, and I made the decision to move away from backyard birthday parties towards weddings, quinceaneras, baby showers, bachelorette parties. This event that I just delivered to out in the country is the lady's 55th birthday party. That sort of thing. And it just seems to work better for me, and I'm doing a lot better as a company. And it's helped me focus my advertising. It has helped me decide which equipment to buy next. I've gotten into tents, which I was thinking weddings when I got into the tents. And I do rent tents for weddings. But the added benefit of that is that I've been renting things to businesses. I've been renting tents to businesses that want to have parking lot sales and want something for their customers to be underneath out of the hot Texas sun. I rent chairs out for business purposes, like on Tuesday I've got chairs going out to an oral surgeon who is having a dental surgery conference at his office, and he does this about 2 to 3 times a year, and this will be the 3rd time, I believe, that they've rented chairs from me. Because chairs that get rented out for weddings are a little bit nicer than the ones that get rented out for backyard birthday parties, and so people like dentists and lawyers and that kind of thing rent my chairs for their business events, training seminars, that kind of thing. Even once I had started to move away from backyard birthday parties and try to get more weddings, try to advertise towards weddings, I didn't realize that the name of my company to start out with was Rex's Retrocade and Party Rentals, because I had the Retro Arcade bus. But when people saw that labeled me in their minds as a backyard birthday party company. And so even when I started trying to do more weddings and advertising that way, when my name showed up on Google, people would skip past me. So I changed the name of the company. I'd already gotten some reviews, and the reviews said Rex's is great, yada yada yada. So I kept Rex's, and it became Rex's Party Rentals, and that helped. But there were still pictures of the bus on my website, and I realized, and the bus wasn't doing as good, and I talked about that in one of my previous videos, from an arcade to a party rental company. You can check that video out if you want. But I went ahead and I sold the bus because I realized that the bus and the games were keeping me from being the wedding, quinceanera, baby shower, corporate event company that I really wanted to be. And that helped too. So if you're going into the party rental business, you need to decide which direction you're going to go. And over time, as you get bigger, if you want, once you've established a reputation and got a lot of reviews and that kind of thing, you can do both. There is the only company in my town that's really bigger than me, for the kind of stuff that I rent, does both. They also have the water slides and the bounce houses and that kind of thing. But it didn't happen overnight. They started out as the water slide, bounce house, backyard birthday company, and they did that for years and years and years, and built that up and became the biggest company in town for that kind of thing. And then they began to add and become more the overall event rental company. So you can do it. You can do both, but it's better to do one at a time, get that one nailed down, and then try the other if you want. I want to get the more formal, less kids type of events down first, and become the best that I can at that, become the best in my city at that, and then 5-10 years down the road, if I decide that I want my company to get into water slides and bounce houses and that sort of thing, I will at that point. But there's so many things that I haven't gotten into yet that I really would like to in the rental world. I want to really grow my tents. I don't have enough tables and chairs yet, even though between the three styles of chairs I've got over 500 chairs. I could have had more chairs go out this weekend if I'd had more. We had just about everything we had rented out this weekend. I want to get into whiskey barrels. I want to get into light poles. I want to get into heaters and air conditioners for tents, and those are ones that are specifically designed for tents. I want more sidewalls for my tents. I want to get more into the wedding decor. If I eventually move to a shop where there is better water quality, where I can wash things at the shop, I want to put in a washer and dryer and do my linens there at the shop instead of having to take them somewhere else to be done. I want to, again, with the water quality, I want to be able to buy a commercial dishwasher and start renting out plates and glasses and silverware and that kind of stuff. I want to get into, I want a champagne wall, which is a kind of a wall, freestanding wall thing that you put up that holds champagne glasses, rows of them, for your guests to come and pick them up. I want to get more into catering equipment, refrigerators that are designed to be rolled that we can rent out, that kind of thing. More big screen TVs, maybe video walls. Oh, sound systems. I want to get more into sound systems. I've got a very limited selection of that. Karaoke machines. All this kind of stuff is stuff that I can do within the more formal event rentals, but it's also stuff that makes me a better company for down the road if I decide to get into bounce houses. So for the foreseeable future, I'm not getting into bounce houses. I'm not getting into water slides. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I know a couple of guys that are doing those, and they're making good money, and they've got great companies, and I refer people to them all the time. But it's not my focus. I need to focus my business one direction or the other. I don't want to be the backyard birthday company. I want to be the special event company. And so that's kind of what I've done. And I think you need to do that too if you're starting any kind of party rental company. If you're not going to be the wedding company, then go with the backyard route. If you're not going to be the backyard birthday party company route, then go with the weddings and the quinceañeras. Pick one or the other. And I think any small business needs to find their niche and specialize in one thing and then grow from there. If you're an online media company, don't start out trying to do websites and videos and designing logos and all. Pick one and do that really well, build up a reputation, get some income coming in, and then add one thing at a time. And so that's what I'm doing with my company. I'm adding one thing at a time, and I'll probably, from now on, as I add the new things and I get my warehouse more organized, I will try to do videos of those new things. So I guess that's it for this video. And remember, it's always a good time to have a party.